Hi everyone, this is Chris. Thank you for joining me. So today's video is about making bows. I already have a video on how to make paper bows, a very simple way, but today I'm going to show you how to make fabric bows using just ribbons. It's very easy. I'm going to show you two techniques, one of my favorite. Of course, I'm going to use the fork. I know this is not brand new, but sometimes we just forget about it. And what I like about this technique with the fork is that you can make really tiny bows. And sometimes you need tiny bows for decorations. Like if you remember, I used this technique to make this bow and use it on a basket. You can use this with buttons, with, in a lot of crafts or projects, you're going to use mini bows. So I'm going to show you the technique of the fork because you may not know how to do it. And it's honestly very easy. Once you've done one, you're going to be able to make plenty. You can use not any size of ribbon because, of course, you're limited by the size of the fork. But this length, this width is okay. You can also use different materials, different kind of fabric. I've got also this lace one, or it's more like organza one, not lace but organza. It works really nice, and it's even more fluffy actually than this one here. But I'm going to show you anyway how to do it with this one. Okay, so what I like to do is work directly on the spool because I think it's cost effective. So I'm going to start with this little piece here. I'm going to leave a space and I'm working in this direction, but if you feel more comfortable working and having this tail starting from that side, it's totally up to you. My fork is in this position here, facing up. I'm going to leave a little tail here, and I'm just going to make a very simple one, okay? I'm going to make one turn here, and now I'm going to trim my ribbon here. I know I don't need much, so I'm just making it a little longer than on the other side here. All right, this is how it looks. Okay, now what I'm going to do is put my ribbon through here in the middle. Get it back in the back, and I'm going here in the middle of the fork, okay? And I'm going to make a knot. Nothing fancy, but I'm going to pull really tight at this stage. Really tight, and depending on the fabric your ribbon is made of, sometimes the knot tend to not stay in place, so make sure you're really making really tight. This is the front of your bow, so you can see that it's already looking really nice. My middle here is well centered, and it's not difficult because we have the fork. So since I'm happy with it, I'm going to make a second knot right now. I think it's easier to do it when it's on the fork. And there you go. You might need to pull a bit more. There. All right. And now I'm going to trim off. Maybe I'm going to put it this way. I think it's going to look nicer. Maybe this way. All right. And I'm just going to cut the tail. So I have a little bit of leftover, as you can see. I need to cut off, but it's really not much. And look at this little bow. You might have to fiddle with it a little bit if you want to make it a little more fluffy. But see, it was done really not in no time. I mean, not even a minute. And you can make a whole bunch of these in advance, so you have in different colors, so you will always have them available whenever you need one. So now what I'm going to show you is how I made this one with two passes. You're going to understand this immediately. Let me show you this. So again, I'm taking the same ribbon. I have my little tail outside here on my left, and I'm going to go once around my fork. Make sure your ribbon is straight, it's not turning around like this. And I'm going to go back another time. If you're not sure, see, because I started on the left here, I've got my two ribbons there. All right, so I know I made two. Now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to cut it. And we're going to do the exact same thing. Again, I'm going to go in the center under my ribbons. I'm going to go above, and I'm going to tie a knot. And again, really tight. I'm going to pull it not completely off, just to make sure it's in place. I'm going to check. Yes, it looks really nice. So now what I'm going to do is make another knot to really secure it. And you can do this the exact same way using organza. Organza is going to make it a little more fluffy because of the texture. That's the exact same one. Let me show you on my hand because it's too light color. But it's exactly the same one than this one, but as you can see, it's much more fluffy. Okay, that's because of the material. All right. Then play with it to make the tails look nice. And if you put this on a card, remember to put some little glue dots in the back. You're going to open these pieces there, so it's going to make it a bit bigger. I like making double ones because you don't really need that much more fabric, but look how nice this is. Isn't this really nice? And again, I'm going to trim the tails. I'm going to do one like this and the other one facing the other direction. Look how nice. I really like it. And what you can do, if you want to have something different, you just fold your ribbon in two, like this. And this is what it's going to look like. You can do the same thing when you're doing this with paper. Pinch it in half. When it's so tiny, sometimes it's difficult. Okay, I think I got it. And cut. Mini bow, double mini bow. I just love these mini bows. And with some hot glue, you can put it behind and it's going to stay on your paper. Okay, so that's one way. Again, if you do this with organza, and this one is much larger than this ribbon, it's going to work just the same. Now I'm going to show you another technique, just using your just using a thicker one. Just for the purpose of the video, I'm going to use something bigger, but this one is a bit too short, so I'm going to use the blue one, and I'm going to make a double bow again the same way, but using something a little larger. So I hope I'm going to have enough. Yes, I think I'll have enough with this ribbon. You're going to waste a little bit more, but it's going to be a bigger bow anyway. I wouldn't use this technique to make tiny ones because you waste more ribbon. So I'm just going to cut this one in half. And I'm not giving you any measurements because you need to feel comfortable. If you have bigger hands, you might need something a little longer. But it's, you know, just figure it out how much you need. Use something very cheap when you practice first. Okay, so now that you're at this stage, okay, you see I have these two ribbons about the same size. And now I'm going to make two loops. And I know some people tie their shoes like this, you know, their sports shoes. I don't do it this way, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a simple knot, having the two pieces of the two ribbons in my hands. And yes, you need to fiddle a little bit with it, and pulling on every side to make it the length you want. But as you can see, it's really easy. I don't like when this part is too long. All right, and make it really tight. And again, you can always secure it, play with it. You know, it needs to do whatever you want. But I'm going to pull it a bit more. Yeah, I think I like it this way. Yes. All right, and now I'm going to play with it to really make it look nice. And the wider your ribbon is, the more fluffy it's going to be. I've just used two pieces of ribbon, but obviously you could do this with more. I never know which one I should put up or down. I don't think it makes any difference actually, but just always trying something different. Yeah, that's nice. And again, some fabric will be easier to manage than another. Look at this, how nice. I could have used 3 pieces if I had enough. And you're going to have 4 tails. But you can cut the tails too. You can leave them longer. This one is bigger, so I don't mind having 4 longer tails. You can cut it like this one I've done before with shorter legs. I've got 2 shorter ones and 1 longer, I think. But look at that. Really nice. And this color is absolutely gorgeous. So play with your bows a little bit. And again, if you're putting this on a card, remember that you can put little drops here behind your ribbon to really make it stay in place. So that's 2 different techniques. There are a lot more techniques to make bows, but I thought these were the main ones, the most easiest to learn. I will go through other techniques probably in the future. But there's something you can add to your ribbon if you want to, is some decoration, some ornaments. Why not putting maybe a little button somewhere? I don't have a red button, but I might use, look at here, and you can use hot glue or a little piece of twine if you want to fix it onto your bow. It would add some, you know, it's going to add a little something to it if you want to. Yeah, I like it with a little bit of, yeah, baker's twine. I could use this if it's small enough to go through the holes. Or you could use any other kind of embellishments. I don't think I'm going to actually use anything. I like it the way it is. Or maybe I might just put a little bit of glitter and fix it with some hairspray. I'm going to, you know, first you put some hairspray, sprinkle a little bit of glitter, and then a little bit more of hairspray. It's just going to fix it. And for a card, it is just what you need. You don't need more, no fancy tools. But look at these bows. I love the mini bows. And that was with cotton ribbon. This is organza. This is satin bows. I have different of these. I know I make a lot in red because I like that color. And I also like this one really much. This one is so cute and very 3D. And I have also this one with another bow that was a little, this one with this ribbon was a little larger. But it's really nice. So give it a try. Try with different materials, different ribbons, different fabrics, and see and practice with something very cheap. And then you can use your normal ribbons. So I hope this tutorial was helpful because I know that ribbons, we use bows all the time. And it's really handy to prepare some. You can do this probably maybe in front of a TV show or if you're listening to music and make a lot of them in advance in different colors and different sizes, different width. So they're always ready whenever you need to. Thank you so much. If you did like this video, please give me some thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button. That's important too. And please do share on social medias. I have a Facebook page if you want to post all the pictures. The bows, if you're going to make some bows, please post your pictures there. I have a Facebook page in English just for you girls. And also, yeah, share on Pinterest, share on whatever, Twitter. Yeah, I forgot Twitter. Thank you so much. So take care and see you soon. Bye-bye.